Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my channel for the first time, you're welcome. So in our previous video, we learned how to cut this skirt with board contour, under board contour. So in this video, we're going to learn how to sew this to give us that perfect fitted skirt. So if it's something you like, please keep watching. And if you're yet to subscribe. Make sure you like this video, share this video, also leave your comments in the comment section. And please do not forget to click on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload videos. So let's get into the video. So I've gone ahead to cut my lining pieces, and this is what I have. I have two pieces for my back piece, and I have one piece for my front piece, which is on fold, as you can see. So I'm going to be attaching my lining pieces on my fabric. So like I said, I was going to make use of half lining, not full lining. That is why my lining pieces are this length. Okay, so I'm basically going to join this on both sides of my lining piece and the fabric just with 0.25 inch. So if you like, you can hem your lining piece if you're using half lining like me. So I've gone ahead to join it. So I have my lining pieces attached already on the back pieces and on the front piece. So this is what I have, as you can see. So I've gone ahead to iron. Right, so this is what I have. This is what my back piece or pieces look like. You can see I had to use my chalk to mark that part that will have our board contour. It's very important because you know on both sides we have this curve on both sides. So with the mark there, it will help me know where my board contour is supposed to be and where my hip is supposed to be. So what I'm doing now is just to join the back pieces together. Remember, we're going to be attaching our zipper to this, and we already gave zipper allowance. So I'm going to subtract what I used in joining the lining pieces to the back piece from my zipper allowance and add whatever I have left there as my zipper allowance. Okay, so go ahead and do the same for yourself. So I'll be joining this back piece, like I said, I'll be joining it, and I will also stitch down the zipper allowance. I'm going to use a loose stitch for that part. So I'll just go ahead and take out the 2 inches band I have there, then mark where I want my zipper to stop. So go ahead and mark wherever you want your zipper to stop. So from there, I'm going to mark where I want to close. Okay, like I'm going to stitch that place. So you want to determine the length of your slit. We're going to have a back slit here. So you go ahead and mark your zipper allowance. Make sure you put the right figure there. And please take note, when marking your zipper allowance, just watch. When marking your zipper allowance, do not connect them straight like this. Do not do that. It's going to alter your board contour there. So just follow the curve that you have there. Be patient and connect the curve like you see me doing. So I'm going to connect it like this and stop where I want my slit to be, and this other part will be where my slit will be. So wherever I stitch and stop will be the length of my slit. Okay, so we're going to follow the curve that we have here, and we'll leave this other part open. So after, I'm going to iron this. So after ironing or after stitching, I went ahead to iron. I discovered that my slit was too open, so I decided to stitch further down. So work with whatever length you want your slit to be. So if you take note at this back part, you will see that there's a folding there. That is our board contour. Yes. So if your back skirt is looking like this, you're on the right track. So the next thing we're going to do now is to join the sides of our skirt. That is the front side or the front piece with the back piece, right? So if you take note, or if you noticed, I stitched the zipper allowance like I said I was going to. So for the zipper allowance, I use the loose stitch for that. Then coming down to the part where I want my slit to start and where I wanted that close part of the skirt close to the zipper to stop. So I use a tighter stitch there. Okay, just anything like tighter. So I use a more close stitch there. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to go ahead and make sure I arrange these sides together. Please do your best to make sure that these parts are together. If you have cut your skirt the right way, make sure you have make sure that you align the sides. Very important. Okay, very important. So I'm going to be putting down my body measurement here. So make use of what you have as your body measurement. Okay. Remember when we were drafting this, we divided all our round measurement, that is a round waist, round hip, round knee. We divided it with four, or we divided it by four. So now that we have joined this like this, the way I place it on my table, I'm going to be dividing my round measurement by two because now I'm working with two pieces. Hope you understand. So you're just going to put down your body measurement. And please, if you do not put your accurate body measurement here, your skirt still wouldn't come out nicely. So you have to be also very careful. Every step is very important. Okay. So I'm just taking note of what I have left here. Remember, I added my lining pieces. So I'm just making sure I put that into consideration when putting my body measurement. So you need to take your time here when sewing, especially when you're trying to transfer your measurement on your fabric. Please do not rush the process. It's better it takes your time than you have to lose all over again because you wanted to just do it without really taking your time to do it. So I'm just dividing whatever I have here. I got the midpoint here, which I'll chalk here. Then I'll put half of my waist measurement on both sides. So basically what I'm doing here is just to divide my round waist by four. By two rather, since we have two pieces here. So I was just trying to make sure I have equal allowances on both sides. That is very important as well. Make sure whatever you have on the other side as your allowance should be the same on the other side so that your skirt doesn't look funny. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat the same thing here. I got the midpoint of my hip. This is my hip line. So I'm going to just basically put half of what I have as my hip measurement here. Then I will go ahead and chalk it down. Then I will go ahead and repeat the same thing here. Remember, we subtracted whatever we had for our hip when cutting. Okay. So also remember that when you're working on the knee, this is the knee line. And also remember that whatever you have on your knee line should be the same on the hem line. If you remember when we are cutting this, please, if you've not watched the cutting video, please go ahead, or the drafting video and the cutting video, please go ahead and watch it. I'll leave the link to the video in the description box. So you just go ahead and watch that video so you can be able to follow what we're doing here. So if you're here to like this video, please like this video, share, drop your comments. I want to get feedback from you. And if you have any style you want me to work on, please do let me know. Also subscribe, click on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload new videos. So now I'm just cross-checking what I have here to be certain that I have the exact measurement there. So after marking these points, you're just going to use your ruler where you need to use your ruler. Remember on your curve, remember to use your curve where you have the curves, that's your hip region. Please take note. Okay, now I'm going to use my ruler to get this point starting from the knee all the way to the hemline. So I'll go ahead and repeat the same thing here. I'll use my curve, get the curve part of my skirt, then I'll extend all the lines or the lines down to the hemline. So I'll just go ahead and get this part to be as straight as possible. So I'll head over to my sewing machine and join this part the way I've chalked them down. So this is what I have. I went ahead to iron this. So I'm yet to work on the hemline of this. I'm going to come back later. So the next I'm going to work on is my zipper region and my waistband. Okay, you want to attach your waistband first before attaching your zipper. So I'm just opening up the zipper part of this skirt because if you remember, I used a loose stitch for it. Okay, so I'm just opening it up. You want to be gentle with your fabric, please. I'm actually gentle with the fabric. So let's go ahead with taking the round measurement of our waist on the fabric, please. Before you cut your waistband, make sure you get the accurate measurement of your round waist on your fabric, right? Before you go ahead to cut. So I've taken note of the measurement I have. I went ahead to cut my band. So I have what my round waist measurement needs, and I also had added few allowances to help me. All right. So I'm going to go ahead to attach this. So remember I had 2 inches as my waistband. So I folded this in a way that I'm going to have 2 inches on fold, right? So I folded it like this. Then I have this back part, which is going to come to close which is used to close the stitches, the rough parts on the inside, right? So now I'm going to be attaching with 0.5 inch on this waistband. So when folding my waistband, I left this half inch here. So I'm going to be adding it to this. So I used 2 inches for my waistband, as I mentioned. So when cutting your band, make sure you're cutting it on fold. Make sure you add your allowances that you're going to use to attach on the skirt. Hope you get. So I'm going to just join this part. Now I'm joining my band together with the waist of my fabric. Now I have the lining pieces inside, so I'm also attaching everything together because we're going to sew this part and later on cover it. We want the inside to be as clean as the outside. So after stitching, this is what I have. You can see what it looks like. So this is what I was trying to explain. So when you place your band like this, it covers the rough part of your skirt on the inside. So now I'm going to stick this like this to close this part, then I'll flip it over before stitching. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll be stitching from the right side, following this line here, and I'll show you what I have. So when I get to this other part, I'll close it before stitching. Okay, so after stitching or attaching my waistband, this is what I have. You can see the inside. I'm here to add my zipper. So you want to attach your band first before adding your zipper. So I'm also going to work on this slit part. If you want, you can sew it, stitch it down, but I'm going to use hemming gum. Okay, so for those of us who do not know hemming gum, this is what a hemming gum looks like. So I'm just going to put this in between, then I will iron it. So I also fold my hemline using my hemming gum, then I will iron to seal it. So for my zipper, I'll be making use of a long zip because I want it to be able to pass through my hip line. I don't know if you understand. I just wanted a zipper that is long enough to zip properly. So after ironing, this is what I have. You can see what it looks like, and this is what my zipper looks like. You can see what the inside looks like. So now this is the lower part. You see my slit, You see the hemline, everything is in place. So if you got value from this video, please give me a thumbs up by liking this video, share this video, leave a comment in the comment section, subscribe so that I can grow, and click on notification bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. Please, if you need me to work on any style in particular, let me know in the comment section. So until next time, bye.